Hi guys, we are the Whispers. Let me be honest with you. You need to stop centering men in your life. What I mean by this is this. Stop waking up and the first thing you check is your phone to see if he texted or not. Stop checking your phone every now and then. Stop planning your day around when he's available or not, because let's be real, he's not doing that for you. Men don't do that for women. He's focused on his work, his money, his goals. He's not sitting there thinking, did she reply yet? Every 5 minutes. But you're overthinking his text, analyzing his behavior, waiting for consistency that isn't even there. That's how you become a placeholder instead of a woman who has her own life, her own goals. A woman who centers herself moves differently. She has her own routine, her own plans, her own priorities. If he wants to see her, he fits into her life, not the other way around. So instead of asking, does he like me? Start asking, does this situation even align with the life that I'm building? Because the moment you stop centering men, you stop losing yourself. Be a woman who doesn't need saving, okay? And listen, not in a I don't need anyone's type of way. No, I'm not talking about that. But in a way like my life is already together type of way. Like you pay for your own things, you have your own structure, you know what you want. You're not sitting there thinking he's going to change my life, because that's where a lot of women go wrong. They meet a man and suddenly he becomes the plan, he becomes the goal, he becomes the future. No. A man is not your life plan, sweetie. If he leaves, your life should still be stable. It should still be interesting. Your goals should still be moving forward. Because when you don't need him, you don't tolerate nonsense. You don't stay when he's inconsistent. You don't beg for clarity. You don't accept hell of effort. You simply walk away. And that's exactly why those type of women get chosen probably. Of a soft life is often associated with financial freedom, and that's true to some extent. When you are financially stable, life can feel very easy because you don't have to constantly to worry about money. But the perspective I want to focus on is different. A soft life is not only about money, it's about how you treat yourself, even when you are still in your growth phase. Many people believe that in order to succeed, they have to struggle, constantly overwork themselves, and push themselves to the point of exhaustion, especially when they are still trying to build something or reach a certain level in life. And yes, of course, when you are working towards something, you have to put in effort. That's normal. But it should not become your downfall. You should not suffer to the point where it breaks you. That's not the goal. Because if you constantly live in survival mode, stressed, overwhelmed, exhausted, you will eventually lose the energy and the clarity you actually need to reach your goals. A soft life in this sense is more of an inner state. It's about creating peace within yourself, even while you are still growing and working towards something. For example, I am currently in my own process. I'm working towards the life that I want for myself and in the future. But at the same time, I allow myself to rest. I give myself time to enjoy life and I do things for myself, whether that's taking care of myself, getting my nails done, doing my hair, or simply a moment to relax. I allow myself that, because taking care of yourself is not a distraction from success. It's part of it. You might not be where you want to be yet, financially or in life, but you can still choose to treat yourself with softness, patience, and respect. That's feminine energy. That's what you deserve. That's what I mean by a soft life. Not just luxury lifestyle, but a mindset that protects your well-being while you grow. Let me tell you something you need to hear. Always choose yourself. And no, that's not selfish, okay? That's self-respect, because too many women choose a man over their peace, their dignity, their standards. A man won't do that, sweetie. He will always choose himself. You see the red flags, you feel the inconsistency, you know something is off. But instead of walking away, you stay and you try to make it work. Why? Why? Because you don't want to lose him? But you're okay losing yourself, right? That makes no sense. Choosing yourself looks like this, like walking away when he's not consistent, not accepting almost or half effort, not explaining your word over and over again. If a man needs convincing to treat you right, he's not your man. And let's be real, it's not always easy. You can still like him, you can still miss him, you can still feel something, but you choose yourself if you walk away. Because you understand one thing, temporary feelings are not worth long-term damage. The right man will never require you to abandon yourself. So if you ever have to choose between him or you or your peace, you already know the answer. He's not the one for you.
Emotional independence. What does that mean? It means that a woman is able to regulate her own emotions instead of depending on others for reassurance or stability. That's what most of women do. But girls, please don't do that. Many women are taught to seek emotional security from a partner, to feel calm only when they are loved, reassured, or validated. But that creates dependence. Guys, come on. Be be your own unique. For example, if someone constantly needs messages, attention, or approval to feel okay, their mood is literally controlled by someone else. I don't know, guys, if you realize that, but you are literally controlled by someone else because they are not messaging you, they are not thinking of calling you. You don't need to rely on someone else to feel complete. That's where real strength comes from. Self-worth, buy-in, validation means knowing your value without depending on others' people approval. Of course, it's nice to receive compliments. That's completely normal. But compliments should not control how you feel about yourself. And your confidence should not depend on them. The problem is that many people build their confidence on external validation like attention, compliments, social media, and when that disappears, poof, their confidence that disappears too. But in reality, confidence mostly comes from the energy you carry. I would even say that 99% of confidence is how you present yourself and how you feel about yourself. You don't need to fit into society's beauty standards to be seen as beautiful. You might not have the perfect nose, the lips that are trending, or the futures that social media promotes, and that's completely okay. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean I'm against things like plastic surgery or changing something about yourself. Not at all. If that genuinely makes you feel better, you should absolutely do it. But what I'm talking about are people who don't really want it and only feel pressured to change because of social media standards. In that case, I will tell you it's important to realize it's not necessary. Self confidence doesn't only affect how you look, it affects your entire life, including your career, your communication, and your opportunities. For example, I remember there was a time I was very insecure, but when I started becoming more confident, I had like a job interview, and it was for a position I really wanted. The problem was I didn't have the experience they were looking for, but I was so confident in myself that when I saw the doubt in their eyes, I addressed it directly. I said, "Look, I understand that I might not have the exact experience you're looking for, but I'm confident in my ability to learn, to adapt, and to perform the tasks I haven't done before." And because I believed in myself, they believed in me too, and I got that job. That shows that confidence is not just about appearance, it starts from within. And once you truly become confident, it shows in everything, in how you look, how you speak, how you act, and how you present yourself in every situation. Whether it's work, friendship, or life in general, that confidence just doesn't just make you more attractive, it defines your presence. It makes you stand out.